Today, Barack Obama was in Iowa. Hillary Clinton was in Iowa. John Edwards was in Iowa. And that, as clearly as anything else, speaks to the importance of the Iowa caucuses just 6.5 weeks from today. We have the results tonight of a brand new ABC News Washington Post poll in Iowa that shows Barack Obama leading with 30% support among likely Iowa voters, Hillary Clinton at 26%, John Edwards with 22%. With what Iowa voters are saying to the poll takers, ABC's Kate Snow is here. Kate?
Well, Charlie, Iowa voters may be the most engaged in the nation right now. 53% of likely Democratic caucus goers tell us they're following this race very closely. And what's interesting is they've come to a different conclusion than what national polls say. They don't seem as sure about who the frontrunner is.
Today, Barack Obama told Iowa voters he'd take the nation in a new direction. That message may be working.
Whoever does well in Iowa is going to do well and probably end up being the next president.
Our new poll finds something of a shift in priorities for Iowa voters. 55% say they're more interested in a new direction and new ideas now. Just 33% care more about strength and experience. And there's more bad news for Hillary Clinton. Only half of Iowa Democratic caucus goers think she is willing to say what she really thinks, perhaps fueled by a confusing answer at a debate last month.
I'll be all over the state today and tomorrow, and then I think we're all going to give you a break for Thanksgiving.
People in Iowa are somewhat less persuaded by Hillary Clinton's supposed advantage in experience and in strong leadership, and there's some concern about her willingness to be forthright, to say what she really thinks.
There is some good news for Clinton. Iowa voters still think she is the most experienced.
That's one of the goals of my health care reform plan.
So Iowans can expect to hear a lot of what Senator Clinton said today on the trail. Only experience can bring real change.
There is one job we can't afford on-the-job training for. That is the job of our next president.
That drew a quick response from Obama.
My understanding was that she wasn't Treasury Secretary in the Clinton administration.
The competition for caucus goers is in high gear. Pamphlets from John Edwards detail his positions.
Fill out one of these cards before you leave.
This is still a three-way race.
And there is room for change. 43% say there's a chance they could change their minds by the January 3rd caucuses. And Charlie, remember 4 years ago, John Kerry, who eventually was the Democratic nominee, he was polling in Iowa at 4%.
All right, Kate Snow reporting on the poll results tonight. We're going to turn now to our chief Washington correspondent, George Stephanopoulos. George, all this proves that it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty now.
Oh, hand-to-hand combat right now, Charlie. You saw Hillary Clinton today go directly at Barack Obama on that question of experience. You can expect, as they have in recent days, that both Barack Obama and John Edwards are going to go back at Hillary Clinton on the issue of honesty. Look at these poll numbers. 30% of Iowa voters think that Barack Obama is more honest than Hillary Clinton. Twice as many as Hillary Clinton. John Edwards right there in the middle at 20%. This is going to be the other argument that both Obama and Edwards drive in these coming days.
What also struck me when I looked at the details of this poll is what retail politics this all is. The candidates courting the likely caucus goers one by one by one.
It is unbelievable, Charlie. 8 out of 10 Iowa voters say they've been contacted by a campaign. 50%, more than 50%, have actually gone to a campaign event, and this is the most stunning number. 1/3 of those polled say they've actually met or spoken with a candidate. You don't get that kind of contact in a congressional race.
The other thing that struck me was when the Iowa voters are asked who is the most electable. Even though Barack Obama may have a lead among the Iowa voters, most of them, the largest number, said that they thought Hillary Clinton was the most electable in November.
And this is a key strength for Hillary Clinton. Kate referred to John Kerry 4 years ago. 4 years ago, John Kerry rode this electability argument in the closing days right to the top of the Iowa caucuses. Iowa caucus voters do care about who's going to win in November.
All right, George Stephanopoulos with the poll results. Thanks to you and to Kate.